Hi YMCA family, welcome to the Ultimate Fitness Community's virtual studio. I'm Christy, and today we'll be doing a 30-minute recovery stretch for runners. Today's class is designed for post-run, or maybe even just your day off of running. So we're gonna start standing and we're gonna work our way down to laying on our mats, taking a moment to really reflect on that run, reflect on the stretch, and get ready for the next day's workout. So we're gonna start standing sideways. We're gonna take one foot back behind us, and we're gonna let that heel drop down. So just a calf stretch. If you are by a wall, you can place your hands on the wall, really give some good pressure. Let the heel reach down, soft into that front leg. Good, come up out of it for a moment, and then press the heel back down. Good job. We're gonna stay here for a little while, just really letting that calf stretch out. Taking breaths. Maybe you're feeling your heart rate come down. That's fine. If you need to move around a little bit more than I am, that's okay. We're just cooling down. One more time. Coming up and sending that heel back. Good. We're gonna drop our right knee, bend that right knee, tuck your tail forward, so we're gonna tip forward, right? So we don't wanna be here. Slide the tail under. We're feeling the front of the quad, front of the hip flexor really open up. Good. And come up a little bit. Again, sink low, tuck the tail under, deepen into that stretch. We're gonna hold. So today's class is gonna be a little bit more holding than usual to really allow the muscles to statically stretch after you run, right? They already have a lot of blood, a lot of oxygen there, so we really wanna just find a way to lengthen them. Good, and recover from our run. Lower down just a little bit, deepen. Good, coming all the way back up. All right, we're gonna stretch into the toes. So I want you to press really onto the toes of the foot. If you have your running shoes on, please take them off. Do this workout barefoot today. Press into the toes and then press back to that heel, back to that calf stretch. Lift up onto the toes, stretching out the bottom of the foot, and then press the heel back. Good, 2 more times. Stretch out those toes, really flex, and then press. Bottoms of our feet can get really tight and really tired, especially when we're doing long, lots of miles in our runs. Weather's getting nice out there, so be really careful and spend some time on your feet. We're gonna do a lot of feet today, some massage at the end. One more time. Good. We're gonna turn our whole body sideways, get into a little more inner thigh. So I want you to deepen into this lateral stretch. Toes are pointing forward. Come up out of it. 2 more times and then we'll hold. Push the hips back, flex at the hips. Good, and come back up. One more time, all the way down. You can keep your hands on your knee. Keep this right hip dropping down. If you're really tight, just stay here. If you're ready for a little more, take that right hand down to the mat, hold it. We're gonna take a twist. Left arm, lift it up. Big twist. It's really gonna open up the inner thigh, getting into the groin, the hip adductors. Good, one more breath here. Sink a little lower. Good, coming all the way up through center to the other side. So we're gonna turn sideways. We're gonna start with a calf stretch on the left leg. So get yourself set up in a nice lunge. We're gonna reach that heel back. Heel reaches back. Again, if you're against a wall, you'll push on that wall. Really feel the stretch along the back of the calf. Coming up, and again, pressing back, press down, hold it. Breathe, really reach with the heel. Good, coming all the way up. Again, reach down. Feel that heel draw down. Good posture, standing tall. Good, one more. Push it down. Great, we're gonna get into the hip flexor next. So we're gonna bend that left knee, deepen the knee. Again, we're gonna tuck our tail under. Slide that tail underneath you, feeling that openness through the front of the left hip, and maybe even down into the quad. Abs pulling in, we're tucking our tail under. Good, release out. One more time. Drop that knee down, tuck the tail underneath you. Good, just feeling that stretch. Lower down a little bit more. Hold it, and breathe. Good, one more breath. And up, good job. We're gonna go into the toes. So looking at that back left foot, you wanna come right to the ball of the foot, really flexing the toes into the ground, and then release. Again, flex those toes, push. You may even be gripping from the toes a little bit, that's okay. It can also be a little strengthener for the bottom of the foot. 2 more. Just be really careful that your knee is lining up with the foot, right? That we're not flaring to the, or collapsing to the inside or pushing to the outside of the ankle. Keep that ankle right in line. 1 more time, toes. Good, feeling that stretch along the bottom of the foot and maybe even the top of the foot, a little bit of pressure from that toe flexion. All right, let's turn it sideways, toes facing front. All right, we're gonna bend into that right knee for the inner thigh. So go ahead, bend it back, sit your hips back, opening up along the hamstring and the inner thigh, coming back up. 2 more, then we'll hold it. Down and up. Good, lowering down and up. Last one, we're gonna go into the twist, or you'll stay here. Hands can come down, left hand plants. Take that right arm up, big twist. Still feeling that left hip pushing down towards the ground, wrapping towards the right. Little spinal twist. Nice deep breaths. 1 more breath here, holding that stretch. Good. Let's take the right hand down. We're all gonna stay forward in a wide leg stretch. So your hands may not touch the ground here, that is okay. If they don't, I want you to stay up here and just hang. If they touch the ground, you can stay here, and we just wanna have as long of legs as possible. Try to get the bend out of the knees. We don't wanna lock back, but still long so that our hamstrings are really getting a full stretch. Let the head be heavy, let the neck be heavy. This is our first time with our head upside down. So if you did just come from a run, be really careful here, coming back up. Careful about having a head rush. So coming up nice and slow. Here we go. Slow roll up, bend the knees, ragdoll arms, up to standing. Good. All right, we're gonna grab our strap to do a little chest opening, and then we'll get into our IT band a little. So go ahead and grab your strap, set the feet wide. You can use a belt. You can also use the sleeve of a sweatshirt, or a towel works great, whatever you have at home. All right, so we want the arms in a nice V out from the shoulders. We're gonna take the arms up and over. Just a little mobility stretch for the chest. So the first couple can be nice and easy, just getting it warmed up. And then I'd like you to challenge it a little bit more to really open the chest and open the shoulders. So the closer you bring your hands together, the more difficult that's gonna be. So find a spot that's difficult to get through. So you're really providing a nice deep stretch at the front of the shoulders. Often when we run, your shoulders can collapse in a little bit, collapse forward. We're doing so much forward motion. So this is really good to help get the chest open. Good. Let's choke up on it 1 more time. Make it a little bit smaller. Same thing, finding that spot that's tough to get through. Elbows are slightly bent. Being careful not to arch the back. Keep that core strong. 1 more time, up and over. Lift. Good. Let's hold it up at the top. All the way up, we're gonna take a side bend. Still feel that you're pulling that strap apart, or that sweatshirt, whatever you got. Take a side bend to the right. Bend over. Good. Length through the left side of the body, stretching out the obliques. All the way up, other side. Big stretch. All the way to the top. Back to the right. We're gonna add a little rotation in. So from here, from this stretch, I want you to look down and just slightly rotate the shoulders down. Keep pulling that strap apart, and then a little look up to the ceiling. You know, it's hard to breathe in the side bend. We're almost there. Back to center, and all the way up. Good job, other side. Here we go, side bend over. We're gonna twist to the ceiling, and twist to the floor. Little rotation through that upper spine, back to center, and all the way up. Good job, take that down. Shake the shoulders out for a second. Do another shoulder stretch. So we're gonna go for a chest stretch, front of the chest. So I want you to hold your strap in your right hand, bring it behind your back, grab it with the left. All right, with our left hand, we're gonna pull that right arm behind us. So I'm pulling with my left hand. Show you a little back view. and you're letting that right shoulder roll back. Open the chest, stand tall. One more breath, inhale, and let that go. Other side. Now we're gonna take that left hand still on the strap, pull it back. The right hand is gonna choke up and pull it across as if I'm gonna pull my left hand behind my back so you can see it on this side. Stand tall, roll that left shoulder back. All right, we don't wanna collapse it in this way. Roll it back, stand tall. Good. One more breath, inhale. And exhale, let it go. Good, we're gonna get into our triceps. So with our right hand, we're gonna take the strap behind our back. We'll reach back with our left hand, grab on, and we're gonna pull it down, pulling our left elbow back by the ear or as far as we can go, pulling down on that strap. Stand tall, careful we're not arching, let the tail be heavy, and just pull the arm. Triceps can get tight from running, especially if we're really swinging our arms and powering up from our upper body. So this is a really good one. Good, go ahead, let that go. We'll do the other side. Strap goes behind you. Feet up on that strap behind the back and give it a good pull down. Nice. So your arm may be more here or maybe further back behind you. Wherever you are, we're looking to feel that stretch on the back of the arm here and the tricep, okay? Good. One more breath here, inhale. And exhale. Awesome. We're gonna let that strap go for a minute. We're gonna do our IT bands. So for IT stretch, oh man, it's an area that gets really, really tight. So we know the IT band, it runs along the outside of the leg and there's a couple of muscles on either side that can get tight and make that area a little painful. So we're gonna take our right leg back behind us, cross leg. We're gonna bend our front knee, okay? We're gonna bring our hands to the knee and you're gonna reach your tail back behind you so your chest is lifted. And then you're gonna lean to the right. Lean that right hip out. Stick it out, right? We're looking to feel a stretch all along this leg here. Good. If this may be plenty for you. You may feel a lot of stretch here. If not, if you want a little more, you take the hands down and let that head drop to deepen even more into this stretch. Wherever you are, stick with it, hold it. We're gonna do a lot of just holding stretches today. It's a great opportunity to slow the heart rate, take some nice big breaths, encouraging oxygen and blood flow to the muscles, to the areas of the body that may be tight. This is gonna help with soreness, help with recovery and performance. Walk it all the way up. Good job, let's switch and do the other side. All right, other leg's gonna thread behind, left leg. Set that foot down, we're gonna bend our front knee a little. We're gonna stick our left hip out to the side, bring the hands to the knee, and think about flat back, chest lifted. Keep sticking that hip out, leaning. Good, hold. If this is enough, I want you to stay here. If you want a little more, bring those hands down towards the floor and let that upper body hang. The most important thing is we have this good lean in the hips so that we lengthen and stretch out the muscles that cross the hip joint on the lateral side. Holding and breathing. Good. And one more breath. And exhale it out, slowly making your way up to the top. Great work. All right, we're gonna take it down to our mat and get ready for a little more hamstring and a little more quad. So we're gonna start in a hurdler type stretch. Also good news, we came down, we're staying down. We're not getting back up. So take that right leg in front of you. Left foot is gonna come in nice and close as you can get it. And we're gonna go ahead and grab our strap. Okay, so we're gonna take that strap behind the foot, sit up tall. So give yourself enough slack to where you can get good posture. And then you're gonna go ahead and give yourself a little lean forward. So whether you can reach your foot or not, I really encourage this one with a strap because it helps you pull that leg in towards the hip socket and helps you find the posture in the upper back with this resistance of the strap. So the idea is that we're gonna bring our belly button towards our thigh, right? As opposed to our chest or our head towards our knee for this one. We're gonna keep that chest lifted. Feel the leg pull into the hip. We may be feeling a lot of calf here too. That's great. Keep that foot flexed. There are big connections with calf tightness and hamstring tightness. So if you've had a lot of hamstring tightness in your past, if you struggle with that, take a look at your calves. How are they doing? If they're really tight and knotted up, it's gonna be really tough for your hamstrings to work and loosen. Good, release out of that. Let's move to the other side, same stretch. All right, left leg is out, right foot is in. Getting that strap behind the foot, starting with a nice tall upright sit, giving yourself some slack to start off. Flexing that foot will choke up on your strap, and then give yourself a little lean. You may not have to lean far at all, right? It's about the posture, about that pressure of the thigh bone moving in towards the hip socket. Sitting nice and tall, pull those shoulders back. Flexing the foot. Nice deep breaths. Holding the stretch. Good, one more breath here. Inhale and exhale. All right, let's release that strap. We'll set that aside for a moment. We're gonna come into a butterfly. All right, with our butterfly stretch, let's start by just holding onto the ankles and just sitting tall. So, just seated upright, keeping that chest upright, letting the knees fall out to the sides. Good. If your hips are really tight, your butterfly may be a little bit up here, but that's okay. We're just gonna slowly work our way through. So our next stretch will help out with that a little bit. So when you're ready, we're gonna fold a little bit forward, just a rounded back today. So a rounded back forward, letting that neck stretch out too. Sometimes trap tightness or neck tightness can bother your run. So this is a great opportunity in some of these stretches to get into the neck a little bit, turning the head side to side gently, or doing some neck circles. Coming all the way back up, we're gonna take our hands, our left hand behind us, and we're gonna bring our right hand onto our knee. Just give yourself a little press. So it's kind of on the thigh. Press that leg away as if we're pushing the leg down to the floor. Taking some breaths. It may be intense into your hip joint. And release, other side. Pushing that left hip down, left leg down. Opening up the hips. Letting the legs internally or externally rotate, right? We do a lot of running, legs are working in parallel, hopefully. Some external rotation is gonna feel good on the groin and feel good on that outside of the hip. One more time each side, left hand back, right hand on the thigh, give it a good push. And last time, left hand on left thigh. And release. We're gonna come onto all fours. So onto hands and knees. Okay, so from here, we're gonna take our right leg to the side and just do some hip circles. So it's more of a mobility exercise, but it'll help loosen it up a little. So take that right knee off to the side. We're just gonna draw some circles with that leg. Nice and smooth, trying to smooth out the motion. Right? You may feel some little hiccups in there, some little tight spots. Just wanna keep it nice and loose. 2 more circles. Let's go the other way. Here we go, other direction. There may be some different things. By just changing the direction, you may feel some new little tight spots. Working through, 1 more circle. Good. Here we go, other side, give the wrists a break. All right, left leg, here we go. Lift that leg up, drawing some circles. We are gonna be doing some hip and glute stretches. And we got some quad stretches coming up here too. And this will help just to loosen some things. Go ahead and go the other way. Circle it around. Being careful we're not arching the back here. Keep the core and the back really stable. One more circle. Great job. All right, we're gonna set the knees wide. So we're gonna get really deep into the inner thighs. So nice and wide with the legs. So right now my toes are together. I want you to separate your toes so that the feet are straight out from the knees. Hands down. I want you to go as wide as you can. So as wide as you can with the knees, we're gonna push the hips forward. Hips drop forward, let them really drop. And then let them pull back like they're reaching towards your heels. Again, as wide as you can, let those hips drop forward. Push the hips down. All right, we're not doing a cat or a cow back here, so keep the chest neutral. Push back, deepen, sit. We're gonna hold the next two a little bit longer. Push those hips forward and just hold it. It might be really, really intense for you. You can stack some pillows here for your chest to rest on. That is a great one if you really want a long passive stretch. Supporting your body with your arms. Be careful we don't drop the belly. Keep your stomach lifted, dropping the hips. Hips dropping to the floor. One more breath. You can do it, stick with it. Good, pull the hips back to the heels. Same thing, we're gonna hold here. It's like a wide leg child's pose. Pushing your hips back as if you're trying to get your tail to touch the floor. Keep your back flat, chest lifted. Deep breaths. You might feel one side a little tighter than the other, that's okay. It's normal to be a little off balance side to side. That's why sometimes these double side stretches can be really good because it will identify some areas that may need a little bit more attention. One more breath, we're almost there. Make sure we're not holding tension in the face. Good, coming all the way back up. Great job. We're gonna lay on our side to get into our quads a little more. So lay all the way down on your left side. We're gonna create a little pillow with our arm, so you can fold your arm up, rest your head down in your hand. We're gonna reach for our right leg, so go ahead and grab that right leg. If it's hard for you, if you can't reach your foot here, if you're really tight, you can take that strap right around the foot to bring it in. Go ahead and grab, and we're gonna send that knee behind us. Like a standing quad stretch, but we're doing it on our side. It's gonna help with posture a little bit, and it's a little more restorative, which is what we're looking for today. So I want you to feel that your foot is pressing into your hand, and then we're careful not to lift our knee too high. So keep that knee down, straight out from the hip, so not down here either, right? Straight out. Pull that knee back and push the right hips forward. Good. Breathing. I know when I run, my quads get very tight. You can always revisit this stretch at the end of class if you know that yours are really, really needed today. One more breath here. Pull that knee back a little more, push that right hip a little more forward. Maybe you're even getting a little bonus chest stretch in that right shoulder. Good, and release. We're gonna come up to flip to the other side. All right, so we're gonna lay on our right side. Right arm like a pillow, support your head so that the neck is not like this. So we want our head to be neutral to the rest of our spine. Go ahead and reach back for that left leg or hook yourself up with the strap. It would be left foot and strap pulling on those ends. All right, getting comfortable. Pull that knee back behind you. Flex the foot, push the foot into the hand, hand into the foot, and drive that left hip forward, pulling that left knee back. Holding and breathing. When I do my recoveries and my stretches post-run, I like to visualize what my next run is gonna look like. How are you moving? What improvements are you gonna make from this last run? Really imagine yourself propelling yourself forward, feet striking the ground, arms moving. Visualizations are a really powerful tool to improving performance, and recovery is a great time to really focus the mind while improving the body. One more breath, inhale. And exhale, let that go. Good job. We're gonna come up and grab our strap. We're gonna lay on our back to get into our hamstrings and our hips a little more. So all the way down. All right, we're gonna take the strap behind that right foot and take the leg straight to the ceiling. I'm gonna send my left leg straight. If that is too intense for you to stay here, you are welcome to bend the left knee. Holding here, really flex your foot, pull down on your strap. We're pulling down and pulling those toes back, driving the right heel to the ceiling. It is an intense calf stretch. So breathe with it, hold it. One more breath for just the calf. Good, and now we're gonna take both straps in your right hand and your left hand will go on top. Give it another pull in, just for the hamstring. You may need to unlock your knee a little bit, that's okay. We're looking for more stretch here than we are here. So be careful if your foot's really flexed, you may be getting a lot of calf. Let that foot extend just a little so we can focus on the hamstring. Good, we're still pulling down on the strap and pulling it up towards us. Your stretch may be here. That's okay. I want you to go wherever you're feeling the belly of the hamstring really stretching out. All right, we're gonna go into a twist. One more good pull here. Both ends of the strap in your left hand, right arm out to the side. Pull that leg across. Only go as far as the hip stays down. This is another one where we're gonna feel that intensity, that stretch along the outside of the IT, the outside of the leg. We're gonna get into the spine a little bit more in just a second. Hold the stretch and pull it all the way across. Big twist, looking to the right. One more breath, inhale and exhale. Good, coming back to center. Let's switch into the other side. Left leg, straight up, pull those toes back and pull straight down on that strap. Letting it be more of a calf stretch maybe, or for you it could just be still a lot of hamstring, that's okay. If you're feeling a stretch on the back of the leg, that is where we want it. Really letting the body fall into a deep relaxation here. Go ahead and bring both ends of the strap together and pull that leg in towards you. If you're feeling a lot of calf, soften the knee and soften the ankle so that you're feeling it more in the back of the leg. Breathing. Maybe you're still visualizing that run, that next run. One more breath. Good, both ends of the strap in the right hand. Go ahead and pull that leg across the body. Keep that left hip down on the mat. Just crossing the body as far as that left leg will go. Just enough to feel the big deep stretch along the outside of the hip, outside of the leg. You can try this with a bent knee or with a straight leg. It may be a little different between the two. Go with the one that feels like it's making the most progress on those tight areas for you. And go ahead into that full twist, let the hip come off. More for the spine here and the glute. So you may feel a lot of left glute. Looking towards that left hand, holding your stretch, breathing in that twist. Let it twist a little further. Left shoulder is reaching towards the mat. And release, coming back to center. Great job. We're gonna take that strap away and set it aside. We're gonna come up to seated and do a brief calf and foot release. All right, so if you have socks on, now is a good time to take the socks off. We're gonna take our hands, our thumbs, to the back of our calf. So I'd like you to bring your thumbs all the way up just behind the knee and then slide them down about 2 inches and find kind of the meaty part of the calf. You're gonna bring your thumbs right between, there's two sections of the calf muscle, and I want you to get right in between them, or as what seems like in between them. And I want you to start kind of pressing your thumbs and moving them around, kind of squishing around into that calf. We're gonna try and keep our calf as relaxed as possible. And you're just gonna thumb your way down towards your heel. So I want you to imagine like your calf is a tube of toothpaste. The opening is down by your heel, and you're trying to press all of that down towards the heel. So really don't be afraid to put a lot of pressure, dig in there, and maybe really, really tender. So you're gonna go a little side to side, just making and moving your way all the way down. Good, maybe now you're below the bulk of the calf muscle and more into this segment of the leg. If you have any tendonitis back there, I want you to skip this part of the exercise. It may just be a little too tender. Good. Keep thumbing your way down as if you're pushing all of that tension out through the heel, making sure that we're getting to the sides of the Achilles tendon as well. That'll get more into the soleus muscle, all the way down along the sides, even down to the base of that heel. So we're getting down into the sides of the Achilles tendon. We don't need to go right on the tendon, but to the sides of it. Like we're pushing that straight through the heel 2 times, just like that. Let's take thumb and pointer finger. We're gonna slide it down. You're gonna keep your foot down on the ground. Slide it down as if you're really pushing that imaginary toothpaste out of your heel. Good, one more time. Push it down, slide it down the heel, and release. Good, we're gonna bring our foot across our leg. We're gonna put more attention on the bottom of the foot. So with your right hand, you're gonna hold onto your heel. With your left hand, you're gonna hold on to the ball of your foot. My thumb is on the bottom side. I want you to imagine you're wringing out a towel. So you're just gonna wring out your foot, twisting. You'll notice your heel's not gonna move a ton, but your forefoot will. The ball of your foot and where the toes are can move side to side. One more time, really wring it out. Good, taking the thumbs on the ball of the foot, underside. I want you to just dig around there, like you're trying to feel all the bones of the feet, digging into the arch, and rubbing. Now we're imagining that toothpaste is here, and we're gonna push it out the toes. So we just pushed it into the heel, we're gonna push it up and out the toes. So working your way up each toe, digging into the foot. Running is a lot on our feet, and this is a great way to get some relief from any foot pain, and you'll be amazed once you're done massaging the bottom of your foot how it feels in your calf. Good. And we're just gonna spend just a moment, flex your toes back, give them a good pull, like you're spreading them out, and release. Good job. Let's go to the other side. All right, so we're starting with the calf on the right side. We're gonna take those thumbs right behind the knee, and we're gonna start working between those main calf muscles, massaging side to side. Really dig your thumbs down in there, walking them around, right? We're moving all that tension down into the foot. Good. If you have a lacrosse ball at home, it's kind of the same idea of rolling that lacrosse ball underneath the calf. Maybe you foam rolled there before. The one good thing about using your thumbs is you can really control how deep and how strong you're pressing into your leg. You'll find some tender spots. You're welcome to stay there longer and then catch up with us, or you can stay with me and just follow along, finding your tender spots and working on those, spending some time there. All right, we're down towards that Achilles tendon. So remember, we want to work along the sides of it. So go ahead and take that thumb and pointer finger and slide them down, applying some pressure in and downward along that tendon. pushing it out. One more. Give it a good push, really squeeze it, pushing it out. Good. All right, let's get into the bottom of the foot. Our restorative moment is very close. So let's hold on to those toes. We're gonna hold on to our heel and let's wring it out like a towel. Twisting back and forth. Good, and now we're gonna take our thumbs to the bottom of our foot and we're trying to move that toothpaste out towards our toes. So digging in at the base of that heel and up through the arch. Working your way up, you can do some long motions towards the toes. You can do more pointed motions. I want you to play a little bit, find what's working for you. I like to imagine I'm trying to really dig in there and feel as many bones as I can, getting in between them. And we'll work our way to the toes, spending some time in the ball of the foot, moving the bones of the toes around in the flesh of the foot. And then ending with a nice spread of the toes. So pulling them back, separating them, like you're pulling your pinky and your big toe away from each other, making some space between the toes. If they've been jammed into your sneakers, this might feel really good. Great. And we're gonna let that go. Awesome job. This is it. We're done. So for the end of class today, I want you to come down to lie on your back and scoot yourself up to a wall. So if you've got a wall there, or even a couch to put the legs up on, we're gonna send our legs up. Legs up a wall, really letting them recover. They can be a little bent. You can imagine my heels leaning against the wall. And just let the eyes close. Bringing your focus inward. This recovery stretch is always here for post-run. A great way to boost performance and bring the mind back into the body. Reflect on the run you just had. And taking this time to visualize that next run. Where are you running? What is your route? And can you see yourself starting that run? How does it feel? See yourself midway through it. And then see yourself at the finish. You can stay in this restorative position as long as you'd like. I hope you enjoyed class today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you so much for joining me, and remember, we are all stronger together.